All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to some more Stormworks. Let's see. So, in the last couple of videos you saw, I built a ship and I built a mineral mining robot, and we tried to get uranium from inside the cave. And we made it to the uranium, but we couldn't make it out of the cave. So, I'm just going to go over a couple of things in this video. It's going to be a few days before I'll be able to put out another video just because I'm back to the drawing board now. Basically back to square one when it comes to all this. So just explain real quickly what we're looking at here. Finish by making this platform. All right, so let's get an engine. Get a large engine, one large engine. Okay, and then what we're gonna do is here. We'll just make this really. This is just an example. Okay, take some tanks. We're gonna take the new huge gas tanks. All right, and what do we need? One, two. Actually, here we'll do that. We'll just take three of them here. All right, one we're gonna hook up. This one's gonna have air in it. These two are gonna be empty. We're gonna exhaust into these two containers. Oh, and then we need a fuel tank. Let's get a large fuel tank. Let's see here. Where can we put that? Let's put that right there. All right, so we'll hook up the air. Like so. Right, so the issue that I'm having is it takes an incredible amount of energy to run the miner. Like, it takes a ridiculous amount of energy. I don't know if they ever plan to fix that, change that, whatever. They should. In my opinion, they should. But we're going to see here. It takes an incredible amount of energy to run the mining machine. So that's why I had to do it in the way that I had done it. I did some tests before with the trucks. Right, I made the trailer, which had the mineral extractor on a trailer, and I brought it into the mine just to see if it would work. I guess I could get it to work. Maybe it'll work extremely slow. I'm not sure. All right, so then we need, what do we need here? This one is fuel. Probably hear my computer whizzing in the background. I don't have any music for this stream. I could probably start some, but all right. And then what do we need? We need a couple of radiators here. Just a couple of radiators. And we want these to be inline, so we'll just get rid of that. All right, and then we'll just hook up these radiators. No big deal. Click, 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 click. All right, and then let's see. We need to come down here with some pipes. So now this is how in space we are going to have a generator. Basically, this is the legit way to make a generator. It doesn't use any any game breaking mechanics. It's just really basic. It works. It functions. Oh, come on. I need the right pipe. All right. Then what do we need? We need a battery. We'll just get a medium battery here. Then we need a toggle button. We need a regular button, and we need a throttle. Now, if you're using a custom tank for fuel, you are going to need a pump on there, but because we're using this tank just for this example, you won't need a pump. Now we just provide power to everything, all right? Now we need the toggle switch. It's going to turn on these. The starter is going to turn on, obviously it's going to start the engine, and then our throttle is what's going to be throttling up the engine. Then coming out of this side of the engine, this is where we have our RPS. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on a gearbox, which I actually didn't try this the last time, so I'm going to actually try this time. Maybe it'll be a little bit easier here. Then we're going to get a mineral extractor, and we are going to just put it on the side for now, and we'll just run the engine basically straight into the mineral extractor. Oops, don't do that. Let's see here. Let's try and get this lined up here. Takes an incredible amount of electricity. What's going on here? To get this operation to work, why don't you want to line up? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we'll do that. Okay, we'll do this, and we'll do this. All right, so I'm not providing any electricity to that, so it's off. So let's just go 3 to 1 for now. All right, then we're going to spawn this in. Alrighty, then what we're going to do is we're going to toggle. You know what? I see one of those is not working, so let's figure out what's going on here first off. And we're also going to get an RPS. Maybe it doesn't have electricity. Nope. Okay, then we'll get a dial. All right, and what we're going to do with the dial is we're going to use this to check the RPS, which is coming out of the engine. Let's see here, RPS. Okay, and then what we can do is we'll have to test different transmission modes, I guess you could say. All right, so let's spawn this in. The engine should fire up. It's got air from this tank here, and these two tanks are empty. See, their capacity is 3,500 units. So we're going to be exhausting the air. So let's say you had this in a chamber, in a submarine, or in space. This is how you would get this engine to work. Now, you only need 2 of these small electric radiators to keep the temperature stable. There, now you see how it's turning? That's at 3 to 1. That's actually pretty good. Throttle 50%. RPS is what? 3. See, it's struggling. We'll crank the throttle up. We'll have to turn this down just a little bit. Oh, that's actually really cool. That's a lot better than I thought, actually. Yeah, so this is how this will work, right? So now we have the mineral drill. It's spinning. It's spinning at a really good clip, actually. So we could probably even turn this down, right? Or you could reduce it from a large engine, maybe a couple of medium engines. These are something that I'm going to have to be testing out. And we're also looking at our burn time. So plenty of oxygen, like so much oxygen. But you see how our tanks are filling up quite fast. So we have a limited burn time. However, at this speed, we're actually going to be filling up incredibly quickly. So maybe 3 or 4 of these tanks. And but anyways, essentially that's it. That's it. Right? We're exhausting into these tanks. I think you could change these tanks into custom tanks, which could give us a custom capacity. I suppose we could try that next. But this is where I'm at, basically. I'm going to have to take this setup. We'll test it with a couple of engines, smaller engines, see if I can calculate a burn time on it. and then we have to try and fit this into a submarine, right? So the issue that I was having was there's issues with the ropes, issues with the cables. I mean, it is what it is, right? When you get physics and all that kind of stuff, it is. I have expected it not to work. Whenever I build something, I almost expect it not to work. When it does work, it's awesome. And when it doesn't work, you know what? It's just we got to go back to the drawing board. That's just the way it is. So yeah, there it is. That's the setup. As you can see, what's our tank pressure? Look at our diesel going down. It's just sipping, absolutely sipping. So we have plenty of fuel just with the one large tank. Actually, with this setup's actually pretty good. It's just the exhaust, right? So with the exhaust, so in theory, let's say we're underwater and we're inside the mine, right? And now we're running this, okay, and we're extracting material. And actually, by now, we'd probably have a fairly decent amount. So I think this will be the setup. We'll just add a couple of more tanks. And then essentially what I need to do is wrap this in a skin, put some navigation controls in here, and yeah, fit it into a submarine. Now this is the mining module. We're also going to need another module which is going to control the functions of the submarine as well, but we'll go through that. So yeah, I just wanted to put this up, just a quick video here, just showing you guys where I'm at. I'm kind of back to the drawing board as far as trying to get the uranium. But we'll get it here. We'll get it in a creative way that's fun, and that's what I want to do. Yeah. So might be a few days before I put out another video, just because I'm going to be doing some calculating and some testing. Maybe I'll put up a couple of videos with some commentary about the testing too. We'll see how that goes. All right. Well, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Thanks for subscribing. You guys rock, and we will see you in the next one.